Please confirm if the audio and video is clear to everyone. Is the audio and video clear to everyone? Let me know in the chat box. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So, welcome to the orientation session for September 2025 for SBR examinations. Now, in this orientation session, we will be covering everything about ACCA SBR. Now, it will include the paper pattern of SBR. It will include the paper structure of SBR. What exactly is ACCA expecting from you? What exactly you will learn from the paper? Okay, how you should align yourself from FR to SBR. How exactly is SBR different from FR? Okay, now what will be the expectation which ACCA have from you? Okay, so basically I want to say that in this orientation session you will understand each and everything about ACCA SBR paper. Okay, but before we proceed further, few quick rules. Point number one. Okay, though I will try to cover each and everything in my session, but still if you have any queries which I have not addressed in the session, I recommend you to write in the chat box. If you are watching the recorded of this video going forward after the session ends and you find any other thing you want have a query in SBR orientation, you do write in the comment box. Okay, and I'll assure you that I am replying to that comment. Okay, now further, so let us start the orientation session. But yes, do actively participate in the chat box, okay, so that we can definitely make the session a most interactive one. Okay, now just a minute. Coming to SBR orientation for September 2025. So first is the tutor profile, my tutor profile, though it is not that relevant, but still I want to give just a quick introduction about myself. I'm a qualified chartered accountant. Post qualifying CA, I worked with KPMG India and KPMG Dubai. Okay, then I started teaching. I also pursued the papers which I teach of ACCA. Okay, and I've scored a rank as well. Many of my students have also scored a rank. Okay, and using those strategies, I have devised a strategy what rankers do, how they do things differently. Okay, and for SBR, I follow a strategy which is altogether different from the strategy which we follow for ACCA FR, and you will understand that this strategy is what will work for all of us. Okay, now moving on to the syllabus of ACCA SBR. Understand, these are the syllabus areas which ACCA has defined for you. So first of all, let us understand each of these individually and then try to understand the link between each of these. Then try to understand the link between each of these. Okay, understand. Point number one is fundamental ethical principles. What is the meaning of fundamental ethical principles? See, understand, accounting being the base paper of ACCA definitely is a very important paper of ACCA. So we see that we have a paper of accounts at knowledge level, at skill level, and at professional level. At knowledge level, it is called as financial accounting. At skill level, it is called as financial reporting, and at professional level, that is called as strategic business reporting. So what happens? Understand, at knowledge level, they just teach you how to prepare the financial statements. At skill level, they teach you the standards IAS and IFRS. But at P level, they not only want you to understand IAS and IFRS, but rather they also want you to understand two additional things. And they are, point number one, how to read and interpret the financial statements, plus how to understand whether the accounting treatment given is ethical or not. Okay, so basically we have to evaluate from an ethics perspective. Why? See, understand, At a professional level, ACCA assumes that after qualifying this professional level, you will become a professional accountant. So not only you should understand the basic principles of accounting standard, but rather you should also be ethical in the work that you are doing, because in this era where daily you see some of the other frauds happening, a professional accountant is expected to be ethical in his work. That's why they are teaching you ethics here. Okay. Now comes financial reporting framework. Now, what is the meaning of framework? See, understand, behind every religion, let's suppose, or behind every law, there is a constitution. For example, in India, there are multiple law in India, right? For any country, there are multiple laws. But how is a law or a statute made? What is the base document behind that? That is the constitution of that country. For example, in India, we have Constitution of India. Using that, we frame the law for any country. Okay, now. So understand, similarly, if we have to frame any accounting standard, what is the constitution behind that? That is called as the framework. That is called as the framework, the conceptual framework. So this conceptual framework is a framework which helps the standard setters to set new accounting standards. Or if there is no accounting standard for any particular transaction, then how will we derive any accounting treatment? So that is derived using the conceptual framework. That is the role of conceptual framework. Okay. Now, many a times we see that the conceptual framework and the already existing accounting standards, they are in line with each other. But many a times we see that the conceptual framework and the accounting standards in place, they are in conflict with each other. Okay, so now that is also a thing which we need to study at SBR level, that whether the standard and the framework are in line or they are in conflict. If they are in conflict, then why they are in conflict. Okay, so all those things also we are required to study at SBR level. Comes the third is financial reporting performance, which is nothing but the analysis of the financial statements. Then comes financial statement of the group companies, that is called as group FS. Then comes interpreting financial statements, again it is called as analysis. Then impact of changes and potential changes in the accounting regulation, this is called as current issues. This is called as current issues. Sir, what is the meaning of current issues? Okay, now let's suppose a few years back we saw COVID happening, right? Do we have any accounting standard on COVID particularly? No, right? So now we need to, that is a COVID was a current issue. COVID became a current issue. Now we need to evaluate that which all standards will get impacted due to COVID. That becomes a current issue. Okay. So as the time moves, like for example, cryptocurrency, like for example, initial coin offerings, like for example, crowdfunding, like for example, digital age, all these becomes current issues. All these become current issues. Why? Because there is no particular standard on those. So we need to evaluate that which standard will be applicable, what is the accounting treatment that will be applicable to those given situations, which becomes current issues, which ACCA releases by way of technical articles. So don't you need to worry at all. We will be covering each and everything. Okay, now understand. So see, individually we have understood the syllabus, but let us understand the linkage between the syllabus now. So first of all comes the framework. Okay, now then we need to study accounting at transaction level. Accounting at transaction level. Okay, now in this we need to study about international accounting standards and international financial reporting standards. Okay, sorry. Now, once we study about international accounting standards and IFRS, particularly at the transaction level, I believe you understand at the transaction level. Let's suppose you can say the purchases made by the company, sales made by the company, purchase of non-current assets, issue of new shares, all these are called transactions. Okay, so how to account for a particular transaction as per the given accounting standards is what we are studying at this stage. Then once we study that, we study further is preparation of financial statements. Now it might be a single entity financial statements, or it might be group financial statements. Though at SBR level, we are not tested to prepare the financial statements of individual companies. We are not tested that. We will not be tested for that. Okay. Because as I told that SBR is altogether about the analysis. Further, then comes analysis and interpretation of financial statements and KPI. What is the meaning of KPI? Key performance indicators. Okay. Then comes, see here what is happening. We prepared the financial statements. We analyzed the financial statements. Now we are also required to evaluate whether the accounting treatment given is ethical or not. Ethical issues. Then comes the picture of ethics. So this is how the syllabus are interlinked. Now, what is the weightage in the exam? Understand the weightage. The majority of the weightage in the exam, will be from the point of this one, will be from the point of this one, will be from the point of this one. So the examiner is not going to ask you to prepare financial statements as it is being asked in the FR paper. So at SBR, you are not expected to prepare financial statements. Rather, you are expected to analyze a given scenario. Okay, to analyze a given scenario. Okay, this is what. But yes, examiner do expect you the preparation of the group FS. Okay, for around 10 to 14 marks question do come in the exam for this. Don't worry, I will show you an exam paper and explain everything from that perspective also. But this is how the syllabus is interlinked. I believe you are understanding the syllabus. Can you please confirm, guys, all of you? I believe you are understanding the syllabus. Can you please confirm me once? So from a framework perspective, they expect you to know what is the framework, the entire framework. Okay, they expect you to know when the framework and any particular standard are in line with each other. They expect you to know when the framework and the particular standard are not in line with each other. Okay, at transaction level, they want you to know the standards. Okay, at preparation of finances, they expect you to know preparation of group FS particularly. At analysis level, they want you to go into the depth of the interpretation. At ethical level, they want you to know whether the accounting treatment given by the accountant, the professional accountant, is ethical or not. If not ethical, what are the safeguards which we can apply? So you can say this ethical issues paper is linked more with AA or AAA. Okay, AA or AAA, where you are required to identify whether the accounting treatment given is ethical or not, and if it is not ethical, then what are the future course of action to be taken, or what are the safeguards to be applied. So this is the syllabus area. I believe you are understanding it completely. Okay, now let me move on to the exam pattern. So your SBR exam paper is divided into two sections. Section A and section B. Both sections are of 50 marks. Both sections are of 50 marks. Now understand the difference. In section A, you will be asked two questions. Question number 1, question number 2. Question number 1 will be of 30 marks. Question number 2 will be of 20 marks. Understand. In section B, again, you will be asked two questions. Question number 3, question number 4. And each of these questions will be of 25 marks, 25 marks, totaling to 100 marks, totaling to 100 marks. Okay, now understand. Now understand one thing. In question number 1, they will be strictly focused on group accounting question only. In question number 1, they will ask group accounting question only. Now, out of these 30 marks also, they will ask you with a pre-populated screen. Now, in this pre-populated screen, they will prepare the group FS. Okay. Now, they would have made some or the other mistake in that group FS. They would have made some or the other mistake in that group FS, which you are required to identify and rectify that. And they will ask this for around 10 to 14 marks. Now, for the rest 16 marks, they will ask you to explain the adjustments which you have done in the pre-populated screen. So for the rest, you can say rest marks. For the rest, you are required to explain. So now understand, this is theory. This is theory. You are required to explain or discuss or explain your calculations. And as I have mentioned, your SBR paper out of 100, I can very well say that 70% of your SBR is only explanations or discuss. That's all. 30% is calculation. Only 30% is calculation, rest 70% is explanations. You are required to write the theory behind that, the logic, the justification. And that's why I always say that at SBR level, just understanding what is written in the accounting standard is not sufficient. You also need to understand how to apply the given standard in a particular scenario. You also need to understand why the standard says that particular treatment. So understanding the why behind every accounting treatment is very important, is very important. In my classes, though I have tried to cover everywhere possible, I have tried to explain the why, but still when you are watching the recorded lectures of SBR concepts, okay, I will strongly recommend you that please keep that professional skepticism mind open and always ask why. Okay, if you are able to understand the why behind every concept, there is no doubt that you will score good marks in the SBR exam. So always ask why. That is the key to passing the SBR exam. Okay, now coming to question number 2. Now question number 2 will have two things. I'll write it here. Question number 2 will have two things. It will have an accounting issue. The question number 2 will have accounting issue. And in this accounting issue, there will be some or the other ethical issues. Okay, so this accounting issue will be linked to IAS or IFRS. It will be linked to IAS or IFRS. It will be in the range of, you can say, 10 marks, and this ethical issue will be for 10 marks. This ethical issue will be for 10 marks. In this ethical issue, you are required to identify what are the ethical issues, okay, how it arises, what is the consequence of it, and further you are also required to write the safeguards if asked in the question. So this is what is the section A of the exam. Tell me, are you understanding section A? Are you understanding section A? Come on guys, tell me. Can I move on to section B? Now in in section A, what happens? They have given you the complete set of structure for section A. But for section B, They have not given the defined structure. They have not given the defined structure for section B. Yes, that is very much sorted that the question will be of 25 marks, 25 marks. But they have not given a defined structure that what will be asked where. But as per my analysis of the past exam, I have arrived at a conclusion that what is generally being asked in the exam. So in general, in section B, they ask the linkage of particular IAS or IFRS with conceptual framework, whether they are in line with the framework or not. They are in line with the framework or not. They ask about current issues. They ask about current issues. They might ask any accounting treatment for any particular IAS or IFRS. They might ask about, you can say, stakeholder perspective. Stakeholders perspective. They might ask criticisms of particular IAS or IFRS. So what is the meaning of criticisms of particular IAS or IFRS? So what they will do is they will give you a scenario. Okay, they will give you a scenario and they will ask you, do you think that particular standard requires amendment? So now understand, for a question like this, there is no right answer, there is no wrong answer. What matters is how well you are able to justify your points is what matters. How well you are able to justify your points is what matters. Okay. So these are the things which can be asked in section B. Okay. Tell me, are you understanding the paper pattern? Are you understanding the paper pattern? Tell me guys, come on. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll take you to a exam paper, and so whatever I have explained I will show in a real exam paper what is coming in the exam. Okay, just give me a minute please. Tell me, can you see March June 2024 exam paper on your screen? Can you see March June 2024 paper on your screen? Now understand. See what the question, screen says. It is section A. This section of the exam contains 2 questions. Total is 50 marks. Okay. Now let us go to the next part. See. This is the question number 1. Now coming to the requirements. Can you see requirements? Total marks 30 marks, right? So question number 1 is of 30 marks, right? Let us open the requirements and see. Okay, now see. Explain. How many marks? 5 marks. So just guys, one student, please take the responsibility of counting the total number of marks for this explain, discuss, all these things. Okay. So first explain is 5 marks. Now discuss, how many marks? 10 marks. Then adjust the pre-populated spreadsheet is for 10 marks. So as I was telling that question number 1, one question will be there to adjust the pre-populated spreadsheet, right? Of 10 to 14 marks. So this is here for 10 marks, wherein they would have given you a financial statements, a group financial statements. See, they have given draft console SOFP, where they would have made certain mistakes which you are required to identify and rectify. Okay, it is for 10 marks. This is a calculation based question. This is not an explanation based question. Okay, now again part C, discuss. So out of 30 marks, how many marks is for discuss and explain? 5 marks plus 10 marks, 15 marks. 15 marks plus 5 marks, 20 marks is for explanation and 10 marks is for calculation. Okay, so even I am making a note of it. I am making a note of it. Just hold on a minute. Question number 1. Explanation or discussion is 20 marks and calculation is 10 marks. Okay, so we'll understand how many marks are for calculations and how many marks are for explanations. Okay, so now moving on to question number 2. But before I move on to question number 2, tell me, question number 1 will be from group accounting, right? See, this is from group accounting. See, this is from group accounting. where console SOFP, right? So question number 1 comes from group accounting of 30 marks. Okay. Now tell me, question number 2 will be of how many marks? Question number 2 will be of 20 marks. Okay. Let's move on to question number 2 and see. Requirements 20 marks, and out of 20 marks there will be two questions. One question will be for accounting issue and one question will be from ethical issue. Let's see the requirements now. See, this is a question on accounting issue, this is a question on ethical issue, this is a question on ethical issue. But now see, discuss. Are they asking you the calculation? No, they are asking you to discuss. So how many marks? 10 marks, 8 marks, 18 marks. Okay. Now 2 marks is professional marks. 2 marks is professional marks. How to solve professional marks, I will let you know in my classes. How to achieve these 2 professional marks, I will be discussing it in my classes. Don't you worry at all from that perspective. But tell me, our total 20 marks is theory, is explanations. So I'll write here, question number 2, total 20 marks is explanations. Total 20 marks is explanations. Now out of which 8 marks is a question on ethical issue and 10 marks is a question on accounting issue. Right? Now moving on to next part. So then here section A ends. Now comes section B, wherein again we will have 2 questions of 25 marks each. Section B, this section of the exam contains 2 questions. Each question is worth 25 marks. Total is 50 marks. Okay. Now let us come to the questions. Again, see, requirements 25 marks. Now let us read the requirements. Explain, discuss 9 marks. Then discuss 8 marks. Then explain 8 marks. So entire 25 marks is explanations. Now they are asking explanation about what? See, this is a question on accounting standard, IAS or IFRS. Okay, this is a question on accounting standard again. This is a question again on accounting standards. Okay, they have asked a question on accounting standards. Question number 3, 25 marks entirely from explanations or discussions. Now coming to question number 4. See, I told no, in question number 3 and question number 4, they might ask a question on standards. They might ask a question on conceptual framework. See, they have asked here a question on conceptual framework. Right? They have asked a question on whether the management judgment or estimates are required. Right? They have asked a question of disclosure of estimates or judgments for investors, stakeholder perspective. Right? They have asked you to address the issues identified by the IFRS accounting standards. Right? So director's decision, again, stakeholders perspective. But point is, discuss, explain, critically assess, and again outline the examples, explain. Everything is explain or discuss. So question number 4 is also 25 marks entirely from discussions or analysis, right? Entirely. The professional marks also is for discussions only. Okay, the professional marks is also for the discussions. So now coming back to my screen, just allow me a moment. Now see here, for the entire SBR paper, only 10 marks was for entirely for the calculation. Rest every 90 marks is for explanations or discussions. Now tell me, is SBR a paper of calculation? Do you think so? Tell me, do you think SBR is a paper of calculation where you are required to calculate and just answer is done? No, no. Here you are required to explain things. Okay. Now, how will you explain when you have the logic clear of that, right? So the important part is the logic behind every concept. Okay. Now moving on to the, tell me guys, is the paper pattern clear to all of you? Is the paper pattern clear to all of you? The exam paper pattern is clear to all of you? Wonderful. Moving on to the next part. Linkage with other ACCA papers. Understand, SBR is directly linked to triple A. If you are someone, guys, understand, if you are someone who have plans to opt for triple A paper, please understand why I am discussing this linkage. The whole reason here is, if you are someone who is planning to opt triple A and planning to opt one more paper with SBR, then always ACCA recommends option number 1. If you are someone who wants to appear two papers together, then go for SBR plus triple A. If not, then option number 2. First of all, appear SBR and then immediately after SBR, go for triple A. Why? Because the ACCA says that if you give a gap between SBR and triple A, then while appearing triple A, you will face challenges. Why? Because what is the meaning of triple A? Audit. In audit, what do? Audit of financial statements. So basically, while appearing triple A paper, you should have the knowledge of IAS and IFRS. You should have the knowledge of it. Okay, the detailed knowledge of it is required. Now, if you don't have the knowledge, you will struggle in triple A paper. So it is always recommended that if you have plans to appear triple A, either appear it immediately after SBR or appear along with SBR. Okay, now moving on to how is SBR, because see, I am taking it up here because I get this query multiple times. Sir, these topics are common in FR and SBR. What exactly are we studying in SBR? So let me help you with the same. See, there are topics which is exactly same in FR, same in SBR. Exactly, ditto same. Sir, can you give an example? Yes, for topics like property, plant and equipment, investment property, intangible assets, they are exactly the same. FR and SBR, it doesn't make any difference. They are exactly the same. So then how is SBR different from FR? So what I have done is I have made a tracker for you. I have made a tracker for you guys. Okay. See, like for example, in IAS 36, there are few new topics as compared to FR. Sir, which are the new topics? Don't you worry. I have that also ready with me. See, I have done the syllabus mapping entirely. So what I have done is, let's come to IAS 36. See, this is IAS 36 impairment. So now these highlighted part are new in SBR. These highlighted part is new in SBR. The FR part is this one, which is common in FR and SBR both, but this highlighted part is new in SBR. Okay. Now, similarly, if you come here again, these are the topics which are entirely new, introduced in SBR. Like for example, employee benefits. It was not there in FR, but it is there in SBR. Like for example, share-based payments. It was not there in FR, but in SBR it is there. Like for example, operating segments. It was not there in FR, but is there in SBR. Like for example, you can see again, interim financial reporting, ethics. Like for example, sustainability standards S2. Okay, in FR, only S1 was in the syllabus. But in SBR, we have S1 plus S2 both in the syllabus. Okay, now management, commentary, making materiality judgments, IFRS for SME, IS 24, IFRS 19, IFRS 1, criticisms, stakeholder perspective. All these highlighted are new in SBR, which you have not studied only in FR. Now, in rest of these topics, there are some other new additional topics which you have to study in SBR. Okay, but understand, this is the difference between FR and SBR from a topic per se. Okay, but there is a significant difference between FR and SBR from an approach perspective. There is a significant difference. Can you identify one of the major difference? All of you, come on guys, please do write in the chat box. Can you identify a significant difference between FR and SBR? The one of the major difference in FR, around 90, not 90, you can say around 85 marks paper is based on calculations, and 15 marks paper is based on theory, or you can say analysis. Okay, but in SBR it's completely the reverse. It's 85 marks paper is explanations, discuss, evaluate, assess, and 15 marks paper is to calculate. A significant difference. Significant difference. One of the significant difference. Very good very good money. Now understand. FR is about number crunching. SBR is not about number crunching. SBR is about interpretation, justification, and analysis. It is about communication to the investors. It is about, okay, now understand one major difference, one more difference. In ACCA FR, if there is any question asked, the question will be from a particular standard. But in SBR, that question will not be from one standard. It can be from multiple standards. In one question itself, you will find the applicability of IAS 40 and IFRS 13 and IFRS 15. In one question itself, you will find applicability of leases, fair value, investment property. Okay, one question, 3 standards. There might be a case, one question, financial instruments, fair value, consolidation, all 3 are applying. So basically the questions come from multiple standards. They are not asked in silos. Okay, they are not asked with a solely from a particular standard. No, rarely you will find a scenario where a question is being asked from a single standard. They will ask from a standard or a conceptual framework. They will ask from multiple standards. Okay, they will ask the applicability of a particular standard in the given scenario. Okay, now to give an example, there might be an entity who is into, you can say, plantation. Okay, who is into plantation, and there was a destruction, there was a natural calamity happened, like you can say earthquake happened. Okay, and there was a natural destruction. Tell me, do we have any accounting standard on natural destruction? Tell me, do we have any accounting standard on natural destruction? No, we don't have. So now we have to apply the given scenario, okay, and understand the knowledge of IAS or IFRS and apply the IAS or IFRS to this given scenario. So it is, SBR is more about application of IAS or IFRS. It is more about application of the knowledge. Okay, FR was about getting the knowledge. FR was about getting the knowledge. SBR is about applying the knowledge. That's a major difference between FR and SBR. I see, when we are starting to study, I believe we should know these things. Okay, it is then only we will be able to understand the paper in a better manner. Tell me now, I think I have explained fairly what exactly is the SBR paper. Now, before I start to discuss about rest of the things, I want you to ask me if you have any queries from an SBR paper understanding perspective. Come on guys, please. And also please like the video, all of you. Come on guys. All of you like the video also. Okay, let me move on to the structure. So now, having understood the paper, the course, the exam pattern, now we'll understand how exactly we are going to study in our classes. Guys, first of all, though not to be tested in the exam, no, we are not required to mug up the law. Even if you mug up the law, then also nothing is going to happen. You are required to understand the logic behind the IAS or IFRS. You are required to understand the logic behind the particular standard. Money. So understand, sir, I am facing issue to know which standard I can put in a specific scenario. You will get to know when you know the standard really well. It will not be a challenge at all. It will not be a challenge at all. Okay, it won't be a challenge. Don't worry, we'll discuss everything in the classes. Okay, now understand how exactly are we going to study the SBR paper is now what I'm trying to understand. Though not to be tested in the exam, first of all, we'll discuss the basics of ACCA SBR, the basics of ACCA SBR, the few common terminologies which I will be using across the SBR paper is what I am going to discuss with you first of all. Okay, is what I'm going to discuss with you first of all, the basics of SBR, the basics of SBR. Okay, now what I have done is I have divided the entire syllabus into 4 blocks. I divide the entire syllabus into 4 blocks. Now, why block? Because see, SBR syllabus is quite very vast. Okay. Now, if we break the syllabus into blocks, it gives us a sense of achievement. Okay. So now, block 1 done. Let's have a mock test. Block 2 done. Let's have a mock test. Block 3 done. Let's have a mock test. Block 4 done. Let's have a mock test again. Okay, so we'll at regular intervals we'll keep having the mock test so that we are at the space, we are studying properly, we are revising things properly, we are in line with the exam pattern. But one thing which I would like to tell you, the difference in again an FR and SBR teaching approach. You might see a scenario that I am not taking exam level questions. And you will ask me, sir, why are you not taking exam level questions? Because it's the inability of the paper itself. See, understand, let's suppose I have completed IAS 16 with you. I will not be able to take up an exam question on IAS 16. I have completed this entire. I will not be able to take up exam level questions itself with you guys. Why? Because there are no question particularly asked from IAS 16. So what I will be doing with you guys is, once we are studying the concepts, okay, once we are studying the concepts, I will give you a weekly planner according to which you have to watch the recordings during the weekdays. Okay, during the weekdays you have to watch the recordings of the concept lectures. Now when we meet over weekends, what we will do is, first of all, I'll take up your queries. Second, I will be drafting certain examples in line with the exam pattern, okay, so that you understand the concept well. I will come up with certain examples, or I might take up certain illustrations or activities in the book. This is, or if I am able to identify a exam level question on a particular standard, I will take up exam level question as well. Okay. Now, sir, then when are we going to practice the exam level question? So now for that, I want to show you this part. See here. Where exactly it is? This one. This part you see. So first of all, we'll try to complete the entire set of concept lectures by first week of August. Then from first week of August till 20th of August, we will be practicing the exam level questions. Okay, till 20th. Then post 20th, we will be doing queries, revisions and everything. Okay, so we will be taking up exam level questions as well. No need to worry at all. Okay, so around 30 questions I will be taking up in the class. Okay, around 25 to 30 questions I will be taking live in the class. Additional 15 questions I will be giving you to practice. Sir, from where will you bring these questions? You are not required to purchase any of the materials, neither BPP exam kit nor Kaplan exam kit. No need to buy anything. Okay, we have plenty of questions. In ACCA practice platform, which we will use to solve the questions. Okay, so now understand, sir, will that be sufficient? Let me tell you guys. In BPP question, how many questions are there? There are in total around 65 questions, out of which 20 questions are totally concept based questions. They are not exam level questions. So around 40 to 45 are the exam level questions. Around 40 to 45 are the exam level questions. Now, how many questions are we practicing? We are practicing around 25 to 30 questions in the class, plus I will give you additional 15 questions. So 30 plus 15 is 45 questions. But where are we practicing these questions? We are practicing these questions in ACCA practice platform, which is recommended by ACCA, and it is more relevant to you. So quantum wise, we are in line with BPP. Quantum wise, we are in line with BPP, but we are solving more relevant questions. Okay, we are solving more relevant questions. So guys, do we need to solve any BP exam kit? No. Are we required to solve any Kaplan exam kit? No, you are not required to do that. If there is any particular question from BPP exam kit or Kaplan exam kit which you are required to solve, I will myself bring and give it to you. You are not required to solve any of these materials. Whatever questions I recommend to you are the questions which you have to solve, nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. Why? See, even if you solve 1000 questions of SBR, okay, in the exam, you will see 1001 question coming in the exam. Okay, so in the SBR, what is required is understanding the concepts well. Understanding the concepts well. Second is understanding how to interpret the requirement and how to draft your answer. Okay, and for that, if you are solving around 45 questions, that is more than sufficient to understand the question pattern, how to understand the requirement, how to draft my answer. If you are solving 45 questions, that is more than sufficient. Okay, that is more than sufficient. So quantum, we are not required to focus on many questions. We will solve 100 questions, 120 questions. No, only 45 questions, that is more than sufficient. Students have scored rank also using this strategy. And even ACCA examining team also recommend us to follow this strategy itself. Now, one common query that I get from the students is, sir, I don't have the base of IAS or IFRS, or I appeared ACCA FR long back. I can't recall the concepts of ACCA FR. Will I be able to understand the class? So guys, the only thing which I will say here is our SBR classes will be very detailed. Okay, even if you don't know anything, only thing I'll assume in the class is you know the basic principles of debit and credit. You know how to pass journal entries. That's the only thing which I will assume in the class. Rest everything I will be discussing from the very scratch. So no need to worry at all. Okay. What will be the class structure? As I was explaining, you have to watch the concept lectures which will be pre-recorded, which I will be uploading according to the planner, and which you have to watch according to the planner. You can stay ahead of me if you have time. You can stay ahead of me. That's good, but you can't lag behind. Okay. Now, while watching the concept lectures, you might come across any queries which you have to discuss with me on the weekend sessions. On the weekend sessions, you have to discuss with me. Okay. Now, why this structure? Because understand the thing here. SBR syllabus is very vast. If I try to take all the concepts live with you, we will be left with very less time to practice the questions. Okay, and understand that the question practice is very important, because it is then only we will be able to understand how to read the question, how to interpret the requirement, how to do the brainstorming of the answers, and how to draft the answer. We need to understand this thing, or else if we don't understand this process, we will fall behind in the exam. Okay. Sir, what is the planner? So this is the planner. This is the planner which I will be sharing in your group also. No need to worry. You are not required to take a screenshot or something of that sort. I will be sharing this planner with you guys in the group. No need to worry at all. Okay. This is the planner according to which we will move ahead in the class. Now, I have derived the planner in a manner accordingly that you have to watch around 2 to 3 hours classes per day. 2 to 3 hours classes per day. That's all. Okay. Now, the practice of questions, as I told already, the process, I have already explained the process for that. Now, mock test I've already told. Now after completion of the concept lectures and the practice sessions, we will enter into the era of queries and the revisions. Now while the concept lectures are going on, how can you ask your queries? You can ask your queries in the weekend query sessions, or if not, then you can ask your queries in the dedicated WhatsApp group given to you, where I will respond within 24 hours. Okay. Now, class notes will be shared to you immediately after the classes. No need to worry at all from that perspective. Okay. Question practice. What is the approach for the question practice? As I was explaining this to you, okay, understand. Once we have completed the concept lectures, okay, and we enter into the practice approach, what we will do is I'll be sending the question paper to you in your WhatsApp group, which you are required to solve on your own. Then once you have solved, I will take up a group session. And I will discuss the entire question paper with you. Okay. Now, what all things I'll be explaining in that session? I'll be explaining how to read the question, how to read the exhibits, how to interpret the requirements, how to do the brainstorming the answer, and how to draft the answer. And I will actually be drafting the answer in the class. I will be drafting the answer with you guys in the class. So it will be a detailed session. Wherein I will be discussing end to end how to start the paper and how to complete the paper. Okay. Now I'll do for 4 question papers. Four question papers. Okay. Now these question papers might be a past paper. It might be a practice paper. It might be a specimen paper. Okay. Plus, I will give you additional 4 question papers to you guys. Which I will ask you after completion of this. I will give you 4 additional question papers, which I will ask you to solve. Okay, and come up to me for the queries. So I will not be discussing these paper entirely in depth, no, but yes, I will give you to solve. You have to solve and then come to me for the queries. Plus, additionally, for pre-mock September 2025, what will be the approach that I will be using is, I will, whenever ACCA releases pre-mock September 2025, okay, primarily the timing as per my plan, by you can say around 22nd of August, I will ask you to solve pre-mock September 2025. You have to solve it, send the PDF to me. I will evaluate and send a personalized feedback to you guys. After that, I will take a group session wherein I'll be discussing the mistakes made by all the students, and then I will discuss the entire pre-mock September 2025 paper. So this way you will be able to learn from your mistakes, plus you will be able to learn from others' mistakes. Okay. Plus you'll be able to learn from the mistake of other students in the session. Okay. Plus you will understand the paper in more depth. Now, I believe this practice approach is okay for all of you. Now, this evaluation, who will do the evaluation? I myself will be doing the evaluation. Okay. No need to worry that someone else will do evaluation on my behalf. No, all the evaluation thing will be done by me. Coming to the next, what are the ACCA technical resources which we have to use for our SBR preparation? So understand, for our SBR preparation, we are required to follow ACCA Study Hub. We have ACCA Practice Platform. We have technical article. We have past papers. We have examiner report. We have pre-mock September 2025. So now let us divide the work. ACCA Practice Platform, it's my responsibility, plus it's your responsibility as well. Technical article. So now understand, technical articles, though it is covered as part of our classes, but what I expect is, as you watch the class, as you watch the class, though technical articles are well covered as part of my lectures, okay, but still what I have done, see what I have done for you guys is I have done the mapping of yours. Okay, whatever technical article is from the chapter, I have mapped. For each chapter, I have mapped. Plus, I have given a link. So once you click on the link, it will automatically open the technical article for you guys. Okay, so I have mapped not only for SBR. See, this is the technical article for SBR. I have also mapped the technical article of FR. I believe at SBR level, you should not only read the technical article of SBR, but you should also read the technical article of FR as well. Okay, you should read both FR and SBR. So I have mapped FR, SBR both. Plus, I have identified certain videos in ACCA YouTube channel, which I believe that you should must watch. Though again, I'm telling, everything is already covered as part of my lectures. Everything is already covered as part of my lectures. But when you watch those videos, it will give you more confidence. Okay, so you are not required to do any extra work. Let's suppose you completed financial instruments chapter. Just click on the link. You will reach there. Read. Done. Let's suppose this is the topic explainer video. Okay, you complete financial instruments. Click on the link. Done. Watch that video. Done. Each of these videos are of around 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But do watch these videos. I will be sharing all these things with you guys in your portal. No need to worry at all. I'll be sharing everything to you guys. Okay, no need to worry at all. Okay, tell me guys, will that help? Will that help? This mapping, will it help you guys? I have already done the technical article mapping to the chapter plus with the link, topic explainer videos mapping with the link for FR and for SBR. Both I have done and both I will give it to you guys. Okay, now coming back to this one. Okay, now the schedule. What is the approach you followed to get rank? The approach that we follow, not only me, any rank holder follows. Okay, Money. The only approach that we have to follow is conceptual clarity, plus practice of 45 questions, around 30 to 45 questions, okay, in that range, plus lot of reading, lot of reading. Okay, the more you read, the better you become in SBR. The more you read, the better you become in SBR. Okay, and Money, I'll tell you, in the class, just follow the instructions which I give in the class religiously. Just follow the instructions. Everything will automatically fall into place. Just follow the instructions which I am giving in the class religiously. I will give my 110%, but I do expect you also to give that 110%. That's all. Okay, now concept lectures you have to watch over the weekdays according to the planner. Over weekends, Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. India time, you have to discuss with me your queries. Okay, now we will complete the concept lectures, all of it, by first week of August. We'll practice questions and then we will do queries and the revisions. That's all. Okay, the global pass average rate of SBR is somewhere in the range of 47 to 50%, but for our students, it is in the range of around 81%. Okay, it is on an average for the past 12 SBR batches that I have conducted. Past 12 SBR batch. This is my 13th SBR batch. For the past 12 SBR batches that I have conducted, it is the average of around 81%. Okay, now you can connect with me on YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I have given the IDs here. Now is the time for you. If you have anything that you want to discuss with me from an SBR perspective, I am here to help you out with the same. But yes, understand. Yes, understand. For the students who are watching and for the students who have not enrolled, I will be uploading the demo lectures. I will be uploading the demo lectures, okay, by Wednesday. I will be uploading the demo lectures by Wednesday. Okay. Now, if you want to enroll with me, you can contact our team at +918431384051. Or if you have any queries or you want to understand anything in SBR, you can reach out to me as well at this number 85840 12637. At this number you can reach out to me as well. This is my personal number. Okay, this is my team's contact number. We'll upload a demo as well. If you want to watch the demo, you can watch the demo as well. Though you can go to my YouTube live section and watch the videos. There are multiple videos on my YouTube channel. The same channel where you're watching this video, you can watch multiple channels. Okay, I help the students with the revision, pre-mock exam and everything, whatnot. Okay, everything. So, but yes, this is all from my side. Now, one additional point for this week. Okay, for this week, the weekend session will happen on Sunday 9 a.m. Now, from the next week onwards, we'll follow our same routine because few students will be enrolling going forward, right? So for them to complete the lectures within time, for the first week I am doing the lectures, I'm giving the question on Sunday. So on Saturday we won't have any class. We will have a class on Sunday. Now from the next week onwards, we will have the classes on Saturday and Sunday regularly as per the schedule which I have mentioned. Okay, now for the students who have already enrolled, by Monday end of day, we will start giving the access also. Okay. Anything else that I can help you with? I believe I have addressed your query, Manish and Mani. Pramod is asking if you are not able to follow the planner due to some reason, how we can cope up with the batch and the live session. So in the live session which I will be conducting, you can ask me queries from the prior topic also. It's not the case that in that session I'll take up the queries from that particular chapter only. No, for the chapters covered till. So let's suppose I'll give you the very good question. So in the week one, I will discuss queries till here. In the week 2, I'll take up these two. You can ask me any queries from this. In week 3, you can ask me any queries till here. I will not move ahead. So let's suppose in week 3, can you ask me query about employee benefits? No, you can't. But in week 3, can you ask me query about this chapter? Yes, you can ask. Okay. So if you are lagging behind, though I will say that if you lag behind for any reason, try to cope up. Okay. But yes, if you are lagging behind, you can ask me. Saturday and Sunday, you can ask me. Okay. Is that clear, everyone? Anything else that I can help you with, guys? Come on, guys, tell me, please. Okay. Now for that reason, I have given my contact number. If there is anything, this is my personal contact number. If there is anything you want to reach out to me, you can reach out. This okay, this is my personal contact number. This is my team's contact number. Okay. See you on Sunday. And those who have already enrolled, you will start getting the access from Monday end of day. Okay. That's all for today, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. Just one more query. Mock test. As I have told that the mock test will be conducted after completion of each block. And final mock test, full-fledged mock test, will be conducted for this pre-mock September 2025, where you have to appear the mock test, send the PDF file to me, and I will be evaluating, send a personalized feedback to you, and after that I will conduct a session on that. So this is the full-fledged mock test. Is that clear? So in total, around 5 mock tests. 4 will be block wise, 3 to 4 block wise, and 1 full-fledged, plus these practice sessions of the past papers. This is what will be the structure. Okay. Is that clear, Pramod? Okay. That's all for the day. Thank you guys. If any recorded students wants to discuss anything, either you can reach out to me, my team, or you can write in the comment box. Definitely, I'll be there to help you out with the same. Thank you guys. Bye bye.